Ranking voted on by the players. Aaron Rodgers plunged to a career low 92nd. Yet USA Today's lead NFL analyst Nate Davis predicts the Jets will beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. So, Keyshawn, are the Jets kidding themselves with the 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, or does his return from Achilles surgery make them suddenly Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah, they definitely Super Bowl contenders, no question about it. They were Super Bowl contenders when they picked Aaron Rodgers up a year ago. The problem was he obviously tore his Achilles in, what was it, like the first 8 seconds of a game or something like that.
Fourth play, yeah.
But, yeah, so when you look at their schedule, they're sitting at 12-5 on my board. They got a pretty, I mean, the schedule is pretty easy. They start off with San Francisco. I got them losing at San Francisco. But then from there, they run off about 5-6 games on a win total. And I got them losing at Pittsburgh. Then they win, you know, a couple more. I got them losing to the Texans. And then all of a sudden...
You got them beating Buffalo?
Yeah, they beat Buffalo. They beat Buffalo last year with a backup quarterback, and I had them on the ropes with a backup quarterback. They in the division. They see each other all the time.
You have them winning at Buffalo?
I got them losing at Buffalo, winning at home.
All right.
But that's the second to last game is at Buffalo. And then I got them, obviously, against Miami. Miami coming to the cold weather in New York at the end of the season. So with their win total, I got them winning 12, losing 5 with Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. Think about this, though. If I took any quarterback and I put him in New York with Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams coming from the Chargers healthy, Breece Hall running back healthy, I look at Conklin the tight end, DeVere Tucker at the right guard, Tyron Smith at the left tackle.
Yep.
You just talk about that offensively. If I took a quarterback and put him in there, that team is going to be pretty damn good, loaded. Then defensively, they got Javon Kinlaw from San Francisco. They got Quentin Williams, Hassan Reddick, C.J. Mosley, okay? Quincy Williams is Quentin Williams' brother. Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed at the corner spot.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, that defense
that
with Robert Saleh, that's going to work.
It will.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really going to work. If you get into the tournament, that's all that matters. Once they're 12-5, and the odds for them to win the division is plus 170, Buffalo plus 165, and they lost more than anybody in the division. Players exiting. Okay, they added players at the Jets at plus 170 versus plus 165. That's right next to each other. That's right there. And I don't think Buffalo's going to be as good as advertised yet. I just don't. Losing Stephon Diggs is big to me. And they lost Davis as well, the other receiver. So, yeah, I like a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. I absolutely
Super Bowl?
Hey, look, now you're getting over your skis now. At that point,
I'm saying get to the Super Bowl. They can get there.
If you get into the tournament with a quarterback like this, you can certainly get to the Super Bowl.
Well, a quarterback like this was 26th in QBR the last time he stepped on the field.
I understand. I understand he lost.
He was 11th in passing yards.
I understand.
He's lost a step.
Yeah,
coming off injury.
He's coming off injury, though. We're not talking about Lamar Jackson here. We're not talking about.
We're not talking. You're right. We're not talking about Lamar Jackson. We're talking about an older guy who can't move as fast as he used to, who's used to coming out the pocket, scrambling, making plays. Can he still make these plays at 40 after coming off an injury?
He still got that wrist.
I don't know.
Still got that wrist.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just saying, why would his peers, amongst his peers,
but he's not light.
91.
He's not light. They don't. The guys that's not on his team don't really rock with him like that because of his personality and how he goes about doing things. That's all that is. That's all that is. And you can't tell me. So at 9, I don't even have a list. But if it's 90, what do you say, 92 on the list?
Yeah.
So if he's 92 on the list, that means there's probably at least 12 quarterbacks on the list above him.
I would think at least.
At least.
Yeah.
That's a damn lie. Ain't no 11 quarterbacks, 12 quarterbacks
There's
better
12
than
quarterbacks I'm taking in front of Aaron.
There's not.
I'm taking 12.
Oh, you're going to get fired.
No.
You're going to get fired.
I'm definitely taking Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking Dak, Skip.
That's fine.
You put Dak on the Jets,
But Dak
they'll be
ain't-
more of a favorite.
But Dak ain't the 11th best quarterback in the NFL to me. That's just what it is. You're not taking. So first of all, you're not taking Kirk Cousins over him. You're not taking Kirk Cousins over no damn Aaron Rodgers.
Who's ranked 81st.
Like, come on, seriously?
Yeah. So I'm with Paul on this. I think a lot of people live in the past
Yeah,
with
we
what
living off the
Aaron
name.
used to be. And I'm going to remind everybody.
He's 2 seasons removed from being the MVP of the league, Skip.
Okay. Is it 2 seasons removed?
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Okay.
2 full seasons.
All right. It's been 14 years since Aaron Rodgers took that team to the Super Bowl as a road wildcard team out of nowhere. Had to go to Philadelphia and go to Atlanta and go to Chicago to get to Dallas to the Super Bowl. And he won it. He was the MVP. And he threw a great ball to our man, Greg Jennings, that won the game. So I give him that. But it was 14 years ago. And 12 years ago, he was #1 on this list, #1 on the players voted list. But if you look hard at what's happened since then to Aaron Rodgers in the postseason, he's 7-9. And the 7 wins all had some luck factor to them. And if we just boil it down to the last 4 times we saw him in big late season games, 2019, they went to San Francisco, and it was Jimmy G and Aaron stunk. He had a QBR of 23, and they got run off the field. And then 2020, they were the #1 seed. And for the first time ever, Aaron had a home NFC championship game, and Brady and the Bucs went in there and beat him when he was terrible down the stretch of that game because they had it 1st and goal at the 8, and he missed 3 straight throws. Then in 2021, they once again, they had the bye as the 1 seed, and Jimmy G and the 49ers went in there, and Aaron stunk in that game and had a QBR of 23. And then his last ever game for the Green Bay Packers was the last regular season game at home against Detroit. All they had to do is win the game to be in the playoffs, and they lost, and he wasn't very good in that game. So I'm giving you 4 straight games that he played late season or playoffs, and he just wasn't very good because I think he was just getting a little older and a little older and a little older.
Yep.
And now
But as he was getting a little bit older, a little bit older, a little bit older, he was racking up regular season numbers.
He did.
There's no question that he was an epic failure over the last several seasons in the postseason.
He was.
There's no
By
question
his
about
standards,
it.
he
but
was.
This conversation is, can they be competitive enough to be contenders to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
At 12-5, you are a contender.
I do like your case. They have surrounded him with all the right
Man,
stuff.
all the right
man.
stuff. And they
Yeah.
probably not done depending on what's out there and available to them.
Yeah.
Skip, when you look at them getting it, like I said to you, San Francisco they open up with. Are you afraid of Tennessee? No. New England, Denver, Minnesota. Then you obviously, Buffalo. Pittsburgh's going to be a wild card, but I'm sure they're going to be pretty good. Then you got New England again. You got Houston. You got Arizona, the Colts, Seattle with a new coach, the Dolphins in your division. Jacksonville doesn't scare you. You got the Rams, no telling what they are. You got Buffalo again, then Miami.
Yeah,
That's
like
not
it.
murderer's row.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's like they're going to
Okay,
wind up being like
so
12-5.
You know, and I know what's going to come down to is that first playoff game. They might have a bye. They might get a home playoff game.
Yeah.
And then what?
Then we'll see if Aaron Rodgers,
right?
if he goes back to Aaron Rodgers of old in Green Bay, or he finally takes the next step.
Yeah.
But what happens in the quarterback position in certain things, especially come playoff time, I only need you to do so much. That's why I got a stout defense like the Jets have. Jets got a stout defense. So if the defense could come to bear and play, you got Portable running the football because you got Breece Hall. So you know you can run the football.
You do.
And I don't need my quarterback to do much.
You don't need to be great.
I don't need him to be great.
Denver
just
Peyton
drive.
Manning. Denver Peyton Manning. huh?
Well,
That's a
yeah,
good
nah,
analogy. I like that.
Denver Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's all he got to be.
Some reason I think Aaron could throw it a little bit better than that Denver Peyton Manning.
Denver Peyton Manning, he can still win.
Yeah, Denver Peyton Manning, not the second Super Bowl. That one.
That's what I'm saying. The second one.
Yeah, he was just on the field.
Keyshawn, I will give you this. Aaron Rodgers at 50 could still, he'll be able to flick that
can still
wrist and
throw
throw
it.
it.
He can
He
still
will
throw
be
it.
able to. But you were right. He is not liked by his peers because it's always drama this, drama that, diva this, diva that. Now it's all about the OTAs and why didn't he do this and why did he go to Egypt instead of being, and it's always something with him, and it's always look at me, look at me, look at me. right?
To Egypt.
Yeah, he went to Egypt.
No, I know.
I
I'm just
know.
like, he went to Egypt.
Yeah, because that's on his bucket list. Okay,
Yeah, well,
well,
he could have did that another time, right?
she could have waited. Yep. Yeah.
See, y'all say that, but it's a mini camp. It's a mini camp that, or OTA, or whichever one he missed, that he's not going to do much in anyway.
No, I understand, but he's always.
I understand.
He's always jacking with you. You know, jacking with management, jacking with the media. It's always something.
It's going to be a rough year for him if he doesn't live up to the expectations in New York City.
You know that media.
Yeah,
right?
he's gonna have a rough one if he doesn't live up to it.
Yeah, because they're going to have the knives out, those media men, right?
He got a pass for the injury, but I'm sure there's the New York Post types waiting on him.
You got it. All right, back to Team USA, Team Gold. What's the biggest reason Team Gold will not win the gold?
Got like 5.